Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be, and as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, we are back again with another episode of New Figure Pickups. This is episode 116, and if you've been with me for 115 previous episodes, well, I appreciate that oh so much. And if this is your first time here today, well, I appreciate that as well. And I hope that you enjoy this video as we do this every so often, at least once a week or close to once every week. We have a new figure pickups video, show you what we got from the week or since the last time we did a new pickups video. So here we are today. We are going to jump into this. I do want to say thank you to you guys really quick before we get started. We just went over 2,800 subs. That's right, 2,800 plus subscribers on the channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you oh so much. Of course, couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't do it without you, because if you guys weren't watching, I wouldn't be making these videos, right? So thank you guys so much for that, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. We even just had a short video, the clip-style videos there, and of Rhea Ripley, and that is approaching 30,000 views. I cannot even believe it. It just shows you the power of Rhea Ripley, the just absolute amazing star power of Rhea Ripley, and she deserves every last bit of those views. But I thank you guys so much for doing that, and not only just being the views for her, but the views for me. And of course, how cool that is to have a little clip video like that, getting up to 30,000 views, and of course, just off of a wrestling figure. How amazing, right? How cool is that? But here we are today. Let's jump right into this episode 116, new figure pickups. We're going to start off with something that we don't even normally collect, but I did get this as a gift. It was in the clearance aisle, and it was a great little pickup. Debating on what I want to do with it still, but let's bring it out to you here. We got the WWE Superstars, Jake the Snake Roberts, and this figure here. It's just, I'm not big on these figures. They are what people would say, I guess, is like the Galoob style figure, and it's just not me, not my style, not something I collect. Same thing with like the Hasbro styles or even the retros, just it's not for me. I occasionally do buy a figure here and there if I can't get them in a modern style, like 6 or 7, as the kids would say, 6-7 inch figure. But Jake the Snake here, like I said, it was well below retail by a whole lot, and the card is banged up. I'm debating on what I want to do with this. It is selling for a decent price on eBay, and if it was the Chase, oh wow, it would be even, more than this for sure, which usually is the case most of the time, but every now and again we do see a Chase figure actually wind up being cheaper than the original version, which is not often, but it does happen from time to time. And this one not in that category, unfortunately, but the regular version here, and as I have seen on eBay, it is going somewhere between, about 40 to maybe 50, 55 bucks shipped, depending on where you get it from, and of course, condition being one of the big things. But I'm just debating on what I want to do here. If I was to open this, I would probably keep the shirt for a Ultimate or an Elite. I would keep the snake that it comes with, as it is different, I believe, than any other snake that we've received with a Jake the Snake figure. And, I don't know, sell the figure loose or something. I really don't know. I don't know what I would do, to be honest. I guess I'll have to decide on that one. But it is tough for me because I hate opening things for no reason, especially when they're not something that you can reclose like an Elite or some of these other packages that we get. So I don't know. I'm debating on what I want to do with this. Will I keep it just the way it is? Will I sell it just the way it is? Do I open it, keep the stuff I want, sell the stuff I don't? I don't know. I guess we will have to wait and see. But Jake the Snake Roberts here, WWE Superstars, and like I said, for what this one was going for on that clearance rack, I cannot be upset. And again, it was a gift, so a big shout out to the woman who is, as they say, they made of money. It's what mom stands for, right? My mother pulled this one for me, and big shout out to her, because of course when she's frequenting in and out of these spots, she always looks for me, so I do appreciate that. And to anybody else that does that for me, I got a couple of friends who check on the wrestling aisle for me when they're out and about, and I appreciate all of you. So either way, Jake the Snake, WWE Superstars figure, we'll see what we do with that. Up next, back to the wheelhouse, back to where I am normally doing my thing, and we are going to be showing you here Series 120 Elite from Mattel. It is none other than Cody Rhodes, and this Cody Rhodes figure here, I really was looking forward to this as I wanted a Cody in suit, and I actually like this brown suit. I think it's a little bit different. You know, it's not something I don't think we've seen much of, or maybe this this color wave. I know Teddy Long back in the day had a Build-A-Figure with a brown suit, but I believe it was a lot lighter of a color than this. But again, a great figure all the way around. I really do like this Cody Rhodes. I like the head sculpt that's on it. Don't know what we'll do as far as maybe using the belt elsewhere and maybe the other head elsewhere. Who knows? But looking really cool here. It's got that like salmon color underneath the brown. The tie is a little bit of a lighter brown again. So very nice. Really wanted to get a suited Cody. So this was definitely worth the price for sure. As well as it actually was even on a even bigger clearance prior to this, so I did miss out on a couple dollars there, but not too bad, right? So Cody Rhodes Elite 120 brown suit comes with the WWF World Championship. And, of course, that secondary head. But I really like the one that's on him. I don't know if they had put that on a previous figure. I can't remember if this exact one was on a previous figure. I know we were getting, like, the same two head sculpts all the time. The one that's off of him in this package, as well as that yelling head sculpt. So I'm not sure if I have one with that, that smiling Cody on there. So we'll have to see and check that out. But I do like this Cody a lot. Very cool, very different, and, you know, just the accessories and whatnot. But a very cool figure. And, again, now we've got Cody in the suit. Now we got to wait for that Saturday night main event Walmart exclusive Elite to get him in more of like a just outer ring kind of walking around style gear. And again, that will complete a big chunk of Cody's, because now that we've got this suited Cody, unless another suited Cody comes out that I think is, you know, it's just so great that we need to have it. But we've got that checked off. We get that promo or out-of-the-ring attire style gear. That'll be checked off the list, and then we'll basically only be collecting his actual in-ring attires still as we move forward, depending on, you know, where those go and what we get there. So let's move on to a man who has many figures in this collection, many figures still to come in this collection, and that is none other than the Hall of Famer. And as they would say, and as a lot of people would proclaim, they would say that he is the greatest luchador of all time. It is none other than Rey Mysterio. And this Rey Mysterio, still going off of the LWO look there, and I like this one a lot. I like the t-shirt. I like the gear. I really like this Rey, and I kept passing on it and passing on it and passing on it, and eventually I had to, you know, just say, hey, listen, I'm going to keep doing this until eventually it's gone, and then I'm really going to be upset. And it's happened to me many a times. I'm sure it's happened to some of you who are watching this. It is just a part of the game sometimes. You want to wait as long as you can on certain things, and sometimes it is just unfortunate that it will disappear. It will be gone, and then you never know if you're going to be able to see it again at that retail price or at that, you know, exclusive online price before you start going into the third party and, you know, third party markets. And when I say that exclusive online price, I mean, you know, retailers like Ringside and so on and so forth. I mean, even if you're talking some of these other guys that are out there that do some of the, you know, non-Mattel, non-AEW. So, of course, Ringside being one of the best places for WWE and for none other than AEW and Jazzwares. We'll see where that goes, as we know that line is potentially coming to an end if Jazzwares is not getting signed back on or signing a new contract with AEW. So, but this Rey Mysterio, very cool. And again, always love to add another Rey to the collection. I remember back in the Jax days, I must have had somewhere around 40, maybe 50 Rey Mysterios. And it's crazy to think, you know, we are slowly climbing back to that again. Maybe someday I will have to actually count the Reys in the collection and see how many we do have. But until then, another Rey Mysterio here looking great. Rey LWO again, like I said, still getting these LWO Reys, which is cool. I really like that. Hopefully we will see maybe some more versions and, of course, seeing just more regular attire versions of Rey Mysterio. But Rey Mysterio, Elite 124. Up next, we got the man who unfortunately did not get it done a couple of weeks ago at WrestleMania, and I had all the cards on this man. I had all the money betting on this man. I had all of my absolute fantasy booking built and booked off of this man right here. He didn't get the job done, but we know that that 15th will be in the future. It will definitely happen, and of course, that is none other than Randy Orton. Randy Orton coming out of this top picks line, and I love this Orton. I think red attires are always going to be my favorite. There is just no way around that. Red is one of my favorite colors, if not my favorite color. And this Orton is no exception. A great attire. I love the red. I love that like goldish yellow with the white. I just think this is fantastic. And I've wanted this one again for a while. Passing on it, and then eventually finally doing what we do here. So Randy Orton in this red though, again, fantastic. Looks great. I mean, I love this this look, and it's not exactly the same, I don't think, but if you wanted to go way back, I think it was WrestleMania 31, maybe 32. I'm not sure. I think it was around there, 31, 32. We did have Rey Mysterio. We did have Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins, and of course Orton wearing red in that match. And you know, hey, maybe you could do a little fix up. Maybe you could figure out how to make that Orton if they never did already. I don't know if we ever got that in Elite. So, but this Orton top picks. Love this figure. Think it's great. Think they did a great job on Orton. One of my absolute favorite wrestlers. And as we spin it around to the back here, we do also have Cody in this set. I don't know if we'll ever get that Cody. Maybe not one that I absolutely need, but it is always cool to collect Codys as well, as I do like a lot of his attires, but I go after the ones that I really do like. If there's something that's not over the top for me, or if it's not from a special event, I don't really think that, you know, it's the same thing as any figure. It's tough to have so many of the same guy and, you know, taking up more and more room from other ones that you could have in the collection. At least for me anyway, the boxes are taking up a lot of space now, and of course, we're figuring it out as we go, but who knows? I've been saying it for a while. Maybe at some point down the road, a lot of figures will wind up being displayed loose, but I don't really know how I want to go about that, because I would, you know, really want to keep the packages, but then it's like, it's just it's a space issue no matter what. That's the true problem. So either way, here we are. It is none other than Randy Orton, though, the man who eventually, I know, will get it done, will get that 15th title. If it's not at Backlash, I think it's got to be at SummerSlam. It's got to be one of the two. So what will we see? Well, that is to be determined, but Randy Orton guaranteeing us great figures in the Mattel Elite line, as we have this one here. Up next, we go over to the Mattel Elite Legends line, Target exclusive, and this is one that definitely evaded a lot of people, me included. I was fortunate enough to see that they restocked. It was posted online. I saw it in one of the groups, so a big shout out to the people that do post these things and keep other people updated. I do appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you guys, especially when you're doing it in the Matt's Wrestling Collectibles group, and you already know what you can do there. You can find that right in the description or the comments of this video. You'll be able to get right over there from the link. Get over to the Facebook page, and we also have the Facebook group page. Make sure you're on that group page if you want to interact with people, post those things, you know, talking about maybe figures that are restocked or places you might have found something, or maybe your personal collection, whatever it may be. You can always do that right over at the Matt's Wrestling Collectibles group page. And if you would like, you can also join in to the main page where I post all of my business stuff, as far as maybe store sales, you know, little things like that, and some other figure news occasionally gets posted on there as well. So if you want to check that out, you can like that page, and you can also join and follow the group page. Make sure you're on both of those. And if you're already here watching this and you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button here too, because you're going to want to see these videos each and every single day, and we are dropping them each and every single day. If you make sure that you do all of that, then there's only one last thing you got to do, and that's hit that bell icon, because that will guarantee that you will see all of those videos, because you're going to get that notification every single time we drop it. But here we are. We're dropping none other than Mr. Money in the Bank. It is Rob Van Dam. He is coming out of the Elite Legends Series 29. Hopefully you guys are getting a good look at that. Let me see if we can get that little smudge off the front here. See if we can get that little smudge off there. There we go. Might be a little better, might be a little worse. Anyway, guys, so Here we go. We got Rob Van Dam here. And this one is one that everybody has been wanting for such a long time. It is Mr. Money in the Bank, Rob Van Dam. And of course, that signature briefcase. We did get this quite a ways back. We did actually get a 2-pack back in the day when Jakks used to do those very thin square packages that were like almost like a, how would you want to say? Almost like a trophy display, or like one of those picture frames that are like 3D that you can display like jerseys and other stuff in. So it was very similar to that. We did get the briefcase. We got John Cena. We got Rob Van Dam. We got the WWE Spinner Championship as well. But it had a lot to be desired. There was really not a lot with it. Rob Van Dam himself in that package was not in this attire, so it was not the WrestleMania attire. We did wind up getting this attire in Jakks, though, down the road in a WrestleMania line, a WrestleMania Ruthless Aggression line. But it just left a lot to be on the table, and I remember being a kid when that came out. I did want it. I never wound up getting it, so either way, here we are all these years later. We've got Rob Van Dam. He's in the correct attire. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he is a legend of Series 29, and he just competed in the JCW Stranglemania only last week, so again, Rob Van Dam, one of those guys that is just timeless and ageless in this industry, and amazing what he has been able to do throughout the years. Another great performer, one that I loved watching growing up. Always loved when Rob Van Dam was in the scene and in the picture, and here he is in all of that yet again. So Rob Van Dam, Elite Legend Series 29 with that Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase. How sweet is this, right? And up next, like I always say, guys, I save what I think is the best for last, my personal best for last, my personal opinion. You guys have yours. Well, you can drop it in the comments below. You can tell me what figure you saw here today that was your absolute favorite. And I betcha it might just be the one I'm about to break out right now. I guess we will have to wait and see, right? See what those comments say. Make sure you leave them, but the best for last. And oh, is she the best that we have here in this video, right? Especially in this one here, because she is holding 2 belts. And when you're holding 2 belts, you got to be doing something right, you know? I mean, you can't just be a double champion for no reason. And that must be none other than Miss Paige. And Paige here coming all the way back. All the way back to Elite Series 34. I picked this up actually just before her return at WrestleMania, and the whole reason why I did that was there was a lot of speculation. I saw some things going around saying that she was going to return. I didn't really know. I was like, hey, listen, I needed this figure anyway because way back I had purchased this in a buyout, and I sold the figure just as is. We sold the belts individually, and originally I had said, well, hey, once I sell both of these belts and I sell this figure, I am going to go and take that money. I'm going to go buy one in the box. And of course, as things always, change and things change, I passed on it over and over again. Once I heard that, I went on eBay, of course, went right to that little sorting tab there and found the cheapest one that was in the package. And this one here was just that. So Paige is now home. She is back in WWE, but she is also back in MWC as she is here in the collection once again. And it is amazing to have this figure again. It's even crazier to think that we're almost 100 series later. I know we're not just there yet, but we're getting close to that series 134 when it comes to the elites. We're at least pushing 130 now. I think we've already seen 127, 128, somewhere in there. So we are pushing 130. We're almost 100 series back at this figure. And it's just amazing because I had purchased this figure when it was brand new, when it first came out. And it's just crazy to me to think that here we are all this time later, purchasing it again, back in the collection again. And I'm very excited to put Paige back where she belongs, right up on the shelf and in all of her glory with both the Divas and the NXT Women's Championship. How cool is that? So that is going to wrap up this video here, guys. It's episode 116. Like I already said, if you've been with me for 115 previous episodes, well, I appreciate you guys oh so much. And if you are here for the first time today, well, I appreciate that as well. Make sure if you are here for the first time today, you get over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon because we're dropping new videos each and every single day. Check out the description, check out the comments. Make sure you get over to the Facebook page, the Facebook group page, the Facebook main page, and get over to the MERCARI store page. Follow me on there as well. as we have new items every single week being listed. And it is, of course, a wrestling superstore if we've ever seen one, right? Matt's Wrestling Collectibles over on MERCARI, always doing what I can there to keep putting new merchandise in the store. And we also run some sales throughout the year. You guys want to check those out because those always seem to please. And I'm sure you guys can find something great on there for your collection, just like I always do for mine, as I always keep finding something somewhere. But hey, that's the name of the game. It never ends. Again, leave me a comment below and tell me which was your favorite figure here today. And of course, guys, until the next time, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all there.